From the second Gina ruler by the wood turned into a chief, her solidarity has consistently lived in her obligation to romantic tales. In her movies, extravagant sundown interests occur on a ball court, they happen between ages, on the stepping stool rungs of Broadway, and between immortals. They focus people of color conveying power and interiority, while tracking down strength inside themselves, and frequently, other people of color. With her Netflix-delivered film, The Privileged Few, she proceeded with those topics on a more terrific scope. However, nothing in her filmography can entirely set you up for the lavishness of her most recent work. In going into The Lady Ruler, a major-hearted activity epic whose significant test as being true and verifiable while satisfying its blockbuster necessities, you could feel some dithering. Particularly in a true-to-life scene that prizes wide explanations on race over durable narrating. You could think about how Ruler by the Wood can shape a story focusing the Agoji fighters, an all-lady gathering of troopers committed to respect and sisterhood, hailing from the West African realm of Dahomey, when one considers their hand in sustaining the overseas slave exchange. It's a transcending task drew closer by Sovereign by the Wood and screenwriter Dana Stevens with delicate responsiveness, and a furious longing to show individuals of color as the contracts of their own fate. The film starts with energy, a gathering of men relax at the focal point of a field by an open-air fire. They hear stirring in the tall grass, they see a group of birds fly away on a breeze. Out of nowhere a threatening Viola Davis playing Naniska, the world-exhausted Agoji general, rises out of the grass equipped with a blade. A whole unit then, at that point, shows up behind her. The resulting butcher of the men, the ladies in the town are left safe, is absorbed dazed gore, and is important for this hero gathering's main goal to free their detained family. Naniska, notwithstanding, loses such countless friends in the process that she chooses to prepare another group of enlisted people. After the completely exhilarating opening fight scene, the plot to The Lady Lord can feel tangled. However, its abundances serve the film's blockbuster objectives. A rebellious teen, Navi Tuso Embedu, is presented as a gift to the youthful ruler Ghezo, John Boyega, by her tyrannical dad, who is baffled with his unyielding girl's refusal to wed her numerous admirers. Navi, be that as it may, never comes to the ruler, as the courageous yet fun champion Izoji, a sensational Lashana Lynch, considers Navi's protection from Bia's strength, and enrolls her in Naniska's preparation. Being essential for the Agoji guarantees opportunity to all included, yet not to those they win. The crushed are presented as recognition for the draconian Oyo realm, who then, at that point, bargain their kindred Africans as captives to Europeans in return for weapons. It's a circle of persecution that the culpability-ridden Naniska believes the Lord should break. Meanwhile, a fantasy has tormented Naniska, and the rebellious Nava, who battles with maintaining some of Agoji group's severe necessities, especially the no men part. It very well may be the way to what afflicts her. Notwithstanding these cumbersome story beats, there's a curve partially through that almost goes the story to self-destruct. The sheer joy of The Lady Lord lives in the bond shared by these people of color. They are the film's romantic tale as they focus on one another however much they do to their difficult preparation. Huge creations of individuals of color mindful and sustaining each other multiply. The Lady Ruler, and the customs and melodies they share adds further layers to their profound commitment. Sovereign by the Wood won't hesitate to depend on close-to-home heave in an activity film. Each entertainer in this profound group is conceded their own space, they're naturally tested however never misleadingly used as a showing device for white crowds. Sheila Atim, who alongside Embedu turned in a heavenly execution in Barry Jenkins, The Underground Railroad, is estimated, mindful, and giving as Naniska's confided in second in order Amenza. Boyega is directing yet overwhelming as a ruler extending certainty while as yet realizing leading a considerable lot of his line perusers are in a split-second quotable. The Lady Ruler, nonetheless, is very untidy. The abuse of VFX for scenes, counterfeit additional items, and fire frequently straightens the SY theses by cinematographer Polly Morgan. She tracks down more prominent scope in catching the swelling yet exact battle movement. Furthermore, the low stewing sentiment that arises among Navar and Malik, a Portuguese Dahomey dream, Jordan Bolger, getting back to find his foundations, while clear in its goal to test Navar's devotion to her sisters, is unexpectedly humorous in its cumbersomeness. The content excessively frequently likewise attempts to flawlessly integrate these characters, particularly Navi and Naniska. However, when The Lady Lord works, it's great. The material outfits by Gersha Phillips, Star Trip Disclosure, and the nitty-gritty creation plan by Associated Mackenzie, Untamed Life, and When They See Us, feel lived in and dynamic, particularly in the imperative delivering of the Dahomey realm, which is abounding with scenes of variety and local area. Terrellan A. Shropshire's smooth, wise altering permits this great epic to relax. Also, the suggestive score by Terence Blanchard and Le Bohème gives voice to the Agogi's battling soul. However, Davis is the film's conspicuous star, turning in a hurting and clairvoyantly requesting execution that is coordinated pound for pound with her interiority. Mbedu reaffirms herself as a star as well. She surrenders herself completely to the story of a lady who so wants to be heard that she never withdraws to anybody. A glint follows Mbedu in all her lines read, and misery follows her in pulverization. There's one scene where she cries over the body of a fallen hero and lets out a howl with an effect that movements from your toes to your spleen. The subplots in The Lady Ruler could fix it for some. In any case, the size and the stunningness this film moves are what stories like Combatant and Braveheart are about. They're intended for your heart to supersede your cerebrum, to pull you toward a stirring magnificence, to place a sense of foreboding deep in your soul. In the middle of between the huge, rambling clashes of The Lady Ruler, in the middle of between the craving to not respect white external powers and the desire to bring down harsh and bigoted frameworks, the aid is careful love, dark love. Exciting and delighting, genuinely gorgeous and profoundly light, The Lady Ruler isn't simply an elevating call to war. It's the film Sovereign by the Wood has been working toward all through her whole vocation. Also, she doesn't miss.